My brother and I, we were like best friends growing up. We were only 1 year apart, so it was like we was almost like twins. Then in high school, you know, we started to drift apart, man. We started hanging out with different crowds. You know, I hang out with the jocks and the athletes. You know, he started hanging out with the crackheads on the corner, man. Eventually, he dropped out of school and started running the streets. And after he got out of rehab, the third time might I add, I let him stay with me and my family, you know, until he got back on his feet. Then he started using again and shit started to disappear from our house. Eventually, I kicked him the hell out, man, and I ain't talked to him for about 3 years. Then, when I heard he got shot for trying to rob a drug dealer, I rushed to his side. While he was on his deathbed, that's when he told me he would always be there for me, and that's when he said,
"You got $20 I can borrow?"
The night my brother died, I had a hard time sleeping. Then at about 3 a.m., out of nowhere, I got a strange whiff of body odor mixed with crack smoke. I asked my wife if she smelled it, and she was more interested in sleeping. By the time I fell asleep, it was about 4 in the morning. I woke up maybe 30 minutes later to the same smell, crack smoke. I looked at the foot of my bed, and there was my brother trying to say something, but I couldn't really hear him. I'm not so good at reading lips, but it looked like he was saying,
"You got $20 I can borrow?"
The next morning, I tried to tell my wife what happened, but she said I was dreaming. Then later that night, some shit happened to her.
I always told Sam his brother had a creepy rape vibe. He always looking at me like a piece of meat, and I was always curious why he spent so much time in the bathroom. I was putting makeup on in the bathroom before we went out, and I dropped my lipstick on the floor. After I picked it up, I looked back in the mirror. I saw Sam's brother standing behind me, gave me that look he always gives me. Then I realized Sam wasn't bullshitting. The next night we were all eating dinner and we heard a loud banging sound coming from my daughter's room. We all ran to the room and we were shocked at what we found. My daughter's piggy bank was shattered into pieces. She only had about $5 and change. As soon as we stepped in the room, a huge gust of wind slammed the door shut. Then we heard Kareem's voice saying,
"You got $15 I can borrow?"
After that situation, I told my husband that we should move. And he said,
"Bye, see ya. When you leaving? Text me when you get there. I'll holler."
Moving wasn't an option, so we took matters in our own hands.
So we called over one of the pastors from our church to bless the house. You know, and I'd be happy that my brother would finally be able to move on. But apparently, the pastor was a recovering addict, so my brother knew just how to get rid of him. Then, while the pastor was in the middle of blessing the house, he dropped his things and started tripping out. "Are you all right, brother?"
"You got $20 to borrow?"
"Hell nah.
"I gotta go."
After that didn't work, I was like, fuck that shit. Let's just give him what he wants. So we started leaving a photocopy of a $20 bill on the counter every night. And sure enough, it'd be missing the next morning. Other than the missing fake money, we haven't seen or heard from Kareem. And that is my ghetto ghost account.
"You got a 20?